This is the story of Commodus, the son of Marcus Aurelius, and the emperor who might just have hated Rome more than its enemies did. Marcus Aurelius was one of Rome's most respected emperors, philosopher, general, and statesman. He spent much of his reign at war, defending Rome's borders, all while writing down thoughts that would later be hailed as the Meditations, one of the greatest philosophical works in history. And at the heart of it all, he had one great concern: his son. Commodus was born in 161 AD and raised in luxury. Unlike his father, who came from humble beginnings and fought for everything, Commodus never had to struggle. While Marcus read the Stoics and marched with legions, Commodus lounged in silk robes and soaked in the applause of courtiers. The weight of the empire was supposed to fall on his shoulders, but he wore the imperial toga like a costume rather than a calling. When Marcus Aurelius died in 180 AD, the dream of the philosopher-king passing his legacy to a worthy heir died with him. Commodus became emperor at 18. He was young, inexperienced, and, most importantly, uninterested in the hard work of ruling. Where Marcus had consulted the Senate and honored Rome's republican traditions, Commodus saw them as relics of a boring past. Why waste time with speeches and debates when you could host lavish parties, fight in the arena, and name cities after yourself? That's right, Commodus fancied himself a god. Literally, he renamed Rome Colonia Commodiana, the colony of Commodus. He called himself Hercules Reborn, and even appeared in public wearing lion skins and carrying a club, the traditional symbols of the demigod. He forced senators to worship him, minted coins with his face as a deity, and posed as the champion of the Gladiator games, not from the imperial box, but inside the arena itself. Yes, the emperor fought as a gladiator. While the real warriors of Rome spilled blood on distant frontiers, Commodus spilled stage blood in choreographed spectacles meant to boost his ego. He would fight wounded or disabled opponents and then boast of his skill. Once, he supposedly slayed 100 lions in a single day. Of course, these animals were tied up or trapped, hardly a challenge for an emperor dressed like Hercules. To the Senate, this was a nightmare. Commodus didn't just ignore them, he humiliated them. He stripped their power, executed dissenters, and placed sycophants in positions of influence. The old republican values of virtus and dignitas were drowned beneath a flood of narcissism and extravagance. Rome had always been a city of spectacle, but Commodus turned it into a circus, one where he was the ringmaster, the star, and the only audience that mattered. The economy suffered, the military was neglected, and corruption became a way of life. But Commodus didn't care. He lived in a fantasy where he was beloved, invincible, and eternal. He thought himself untouchable, but even emperors bleed. In 192 AD, after 12 years of chaos, Commodus was finally betrayed. His mistress Marcia discovered that she was on a list of people the emperor planned to execute. That same day, she poisoned his wine. When the poison wasn't fast enough, a wrestler named Narcissus was sent in to finish the job. The emperor, who believed he was a god, died in a bathhouse, strangled by his own servant. Rome, weary of madness, tried to erase him. Statues were torn down, coins were melted, and his name was officially condemned. Yet history never forgets. Commodus didn't just misrule Rome, he mocked it. He rejected the Senate, shunned responsibility, and chose ego over empire. And in doing so, he didn't just betray his father's legacy, he nearly destroyed everything Marcus Aurelius had fought to preserve.